everybody, how are you? I hope you all are fine and safe and enjoying your online studies. Are you solving the worksheets given by your teacher? You have to do it. Listen to the presentations or the lessons properly and try to solve the worksheets. Now we are going to start another lesson of Standard 3. Have a look at these pictures. Then another picture, the next one, and the next one. So, I hope you all are familiar with these pictures. Have you seen these pictures around you? Definitely, you must have seen arrangements like this in your day-to-day life. So, can you tell me which picture is this? It resembles which room? Right, that's a kitchen. A kitchen is a room or a part of room used for cooking or preparing a food. Yes, a room or a part of room which is used for cooking or preparing food is called kitchen. Now, this is the next room is. Can you tell me which room it is? I know you like it a lot. Yes, it is a living room. It is also called as drawing room. It is near the main entrance of the house. It is used for relaxing and meeting with people. Yes, a drawing room or a living room is near the main entrance of the house. It is used for relaxing and meeting with people. The next room. Yes, can you tell me which room it is? It is a dining room. A room where meals are eaten in a hotel or at home is known as a dining room. I know you must be liking this room a lot, especially in the hotels. A dining room is a room where meals are eaten or served in the house or in the hotel. Now, have a look at this next room. This is a bedroom. Bedroom is used for sleeping. It is a perfect place at home for relaxing. Yes, the room used for sleeping and relaxing is known as a bedroom. Now have a look at the next room. What is this? Yes, this is a bathroom. A bathroom is for personal hygiene. Activities like bathing, brushing our teeth, etc. As you can see, there is a wash basin, there is a commode, there must be a tap or a shower. These all things help you to keep yourself clean. So in this room, you maintain your personal hygiene. Now, as you all know that these rooms are a part of what? Yes, they all are the part of our house. What kind of house do you live in? When you go camping, where do you live? Or inside the forest? Do you live in a flat or a bungalow? How many rooms does your house have? Is it a temporary house or a permanent house? It must be a permanent house, right? And what about a tent? We use a tent when we go for camping or we live in a forest. But living in a tent for 1 or 2 days is fun. You must have been in a tent. But can you imagine living in a tent for your whole life? What problems you will face? How your house keeps you safe? Now, we are going to study lesson number 4, our houses. In this lesson, we are going to learn about why do we live in a house? What are houses made of? A good house, different types of houses. I repeat, in this lesson, we are going to study why do we live in a house? What are houses made up of? a good house, different types of houses. Now, do you know that there are different names for animal houses? Like human beings live in a house, animals, birds also live in a house. What are the houses of birds called? Right, the house of a bird is called as a nest. Do you know that different kinds of birds build different nests made up of different things and at different places? The houses of animals also have different names. Yes, because they live in different types of houses. Some live inside the ground, some live on the trees. Now, let us know about the names of animal houses. Do you know what is the house of an ant called? The house of an ant is known as a hill. The house of a bee, it is called as hive. The house of a chicken is called as coop. The house of a cow is called as shed. The dog lives in a kennel. The horse lives in stable. Lion lives in a den. Rabbit lives in a burrow in the soil. Spider lives in a web. Snail, what is the house of a snail? Yes, it carries its house on its back. It lives in a shell. I repeat the name of the animal houses. The house of an ant is known as hill. The bee house is known as hive. The chicken lives in a coop. The house of a cow is known as shed. The dog house is known as kennel. The horse house is known as stable. The lion lives in a den. The rabbit lives in a burrow. The spider lives in a web. The snail lives in a shell. Now, we have different types of houses. Animals live in various types of houses. They may be different because they are made up of different material, or they may be big or small. That's why houses are of different types like flats, bungalows, huts. Have you seen all of this? You must be staying in a flat because nowadays everywhere you get to see the flats. Earlier, the houses used to be really big and they were single story houses. They were known as bungalows. The huts are very small houses made up of leaves, mud, etc. So, have you seen all these three types of houses? They are flats, bungalows, huts, etc. Now, do you know people around the world build different types of houses to suit their needs because of the climatic conditions? In some places, it rains a lot. In some places, it is very hot. Some places are very cold. Depending on this, people make different types of houses which help them to live in that particular condition. Now, have a look at this picture. This picture is of what? Right, that is a hut. This is what? It's a hut. Now, the next picture. This seems familiar. What is it? Right, that is a flat or a building. A single house in a building is known as flat. Now, the next picture. Right, this seems really big. So, what is this? This is a bungalow. Now, the houses in plains have flat roofs. In the plains, people build houses with flat roofs. Have a look at the next picture. This is a house with sloping roof. Do you know in which place this kind of houses are built? Houses in hilly areas have sloping roofs, as sloping roofs help the rain and snow to slide off the roof. So, this is a house with sloping roof. It is found in the areas where it rains a lot and where there is snow. So, it does not allow the rain or snow to stay on the roof. Now, have a look at the next picture. Right, what is this? This is a boat house. Means house inside a boat. In Kashmir and some parts of Kerala, many people live in floating houses called boat house. So what is a boat house? You can say that it's a house inside the boat. A floating house is called as a boat house. It is found in places like Kashmir and Kerala. Have a look at the next picture. Yes, this is an igloo. In the region which are always covered with ice and snow, people build houses from ice blocks. It is called as igloo. Yes, an igloo is made up of ice blocks and it is found in the places which is covered with snow throughout the year. Now, let us have a look at the next house. It is a stilt house. In the places where it rains heavily, the houses are built on stilt. As you can see in the picture, the house is quite above the ground. That the reason is it avoids the rainwater coming inside the house because this kind of houses are found in the place with heavy rainfalls which hold them high above the ground to protect them from the rain. Now, the next house. You are familiar with this house, are you? Can you tell me what material is used to make this house? It is made up of cloth. It is a temporary house. Houses made up of cloths are known as tents. People who live in tents move from place to place. They are called nomads. Now, there are various types of houses. I'm going to tell you the names of so many houses. You have to find out. It is today's homework. You have to look at the pictures, find out the pictures, and see how the houses look like. For example, hut, building, farmhouse, skyscraper, flat, apartment, villa, bungalow, cottage, mansion, duplex, tower, tent, octagon, row house are different types of houses. So, the different types of houses are hut, building, farmhouse, skyscraper, flat, apartment, villa, bungalow, cottage, mansion, duplex, tower, tent, octagon, row house, etc. If you search on the internet, you may find some other names also for the place where we live in. Now, people live in different kinds of houses. You have seen few houses. Are they all same? No. Some houses are big. Some houses are small. Some live in flats, some lives in huts, bungalows, etc. They may have same or different rooms inside the house. Now, a house is a place having different rooms in it. We have already seen the rooms which are there in the house, like living room, dining room, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, etc. Now, a house is a place where we live in. All living things, such as animals, birds, human beings, need a place to live. That is a house. We spend lot of time in our house. We feel safe inside the house because it protects us. Right? We feel safe, we spend our time, we like to celebrate things, we do so many things inside the house. Now, so a house may be big or small, but it helps us in many ways. Like it keeps us safe from people like thieves, robbers, smugglers. So it keeps us safe from the people like thieves, etc. Houses also keep us safe from the rain, sun, snow, etc. So, our house keeps us safe from bad people. It also saves us from various kinds of weather. Like when you feel very hot, you'd like to stay inside your house. You may like to switch on the coolers or the air conditioners. When it is very cold outside, you like to stay inside the home, putting on the heaters. When it is raining outside, you want to rush towards your house, isn't it? Right, because you feel safe inside the house as it protects you from everything like sun, wind, cold, snow, from bad people. It also protects your things and belongings from animals, right? Now, it provides a place to keep your valuables and things safely. So, why do we live in houses? We live in a house as it protects us from the sun, wind, rain, and snow. It also protects us and our things from animals and bad people like thieves. So, do you know that according to the small size of houses, we saw the houses, what they are called. But the houses also differ in the material from which they are made. They are, do you know what are they called? They are called as kacha house and pakka house. Now, can you understand or do you understand anything from the name? It is a Hindi term, kacha and pakka. Kacha can be called as temporary and pakka means permanent. So, a house made with high quality material throughout and has floor, roof and exterior walls is known as a pakka house. The house in which we live in is a pakka house, right? And the pakka house are seen in the cities and towns. Now, what are kacha house? The houses made up of thatch, bamboo, straw, leaves, muds, etc. It is known as a kacha house. It is not durable. It may be broke. It may be broken. It requires less money to build a kacha house. Kacha house is found in villages. Most of the houses in the cities are pakka house. It is built with material such as bricks, cement, steel, wood and glass. So, what material is required to build the house? We require bricks, cements, glass, wood, etc. We live in a house which we find very beautiful. Everybody like their own house. But do you know how the houses are built? How much hard work is required by so many people to build a house? Can you tell me what do we call a person who designs a house? A person who designs a house is called as architect. Yes, architect is the person who designs the house. Now, a person who takes a contract to build the house is known as constructor. And so many people work under the constructor. They are known as masons. They work really hard to build our houses. So, the masons are the workers. A person who take a contract to build the house is the constructor, and the person who works really hard to make our house beautiful or who designs a house is an architect. So, in this so today we studied about what is a house, what are different rooms present in the house, what are different kinds of houses present or made in different regions in a country. We also saw about the big and small houses like huts, bungalows, etc. We studied about the names of animal houses. Can you tell me the name of few? You have to learn it by the next session. We also studied about Kacha and Pakka house. We studied why we live in a house, that is importance of house. House keeps us safe from bad people like thieves, robbers. House also keeps us safe from sun, wind, snow, other climatic changes, etc. It gives us a place to keep our things safe. Now, I hope you liked this session. We are going to end this session here.